Okay, we're recording. Awesome. I'm so excited to be here, everyone. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. And here's what I'm going to do with you guys today. We are recording, so you guys will get this recording later. Also, you're all muted. So if you feel the need, the spirit moves you and you want to say something, just unmute yourself. We'll just keep you muted for the background noise. So I'm going to take you guys through a training today. I'm going to teach you a little bit about the philosophy that underpins Teamzy, because it's more than just an app to track with. It's actually a complete philosophy and way of doing business. Probably it will resonate with most of you, because I think deep down inside, all of us want to do business this way, by relationship. Then I'll take you into Teamzy. I'll show you how to set it up. I'll show you how to, which is super easy. I'll show you how to absolutely crush up daily power hour. Right? Because I truly believe you can build a 7-figure business in an hour a day. I truly believe that. I'll show you guys how to do that. I'll show you how to follow up like pros. I'm going to do all that as quickly as I can. Then we'll have a Q&A at the end. I also will tell you guys about a really unique opportunity that really exists only today for you guys. I mean, there's a great opportunity always, every day. But today is special because today is the very last day of our Rodan+Fields beta test, which is why Summer really wanted to squeeze this call in this morning. So that you guys didn't miss out on that. We had an amazing day yesterday. We had, I think, 127 people buy a year in advance of Teamzy all in one day yesterday, and they were almost completely Rodan+Fields people. So it's kind of, we're really excited about you guys in your network and working with you guys in your business. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to jump over to my keynote presentation. You guys see that on the screen now? Okay, awesome. How to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. You guys, I know you guys know the mom boss, the babe boss, the girl boss, right? All of those. We're changing it now to power hour boss because you've got a busy life. So we're going to teach you how to do it really efficiently. A little bit about my backstory. I come from the business coaching industry. I've been a business coach for 15 years, primarily working with real estate and mortgage people, but I've helped people in just about every walk of life build their business. And I've always done it the same way, teaching them the system I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to give you guys kind of like the beginner's 101 class on relationship marketing, how to build relationships in a systemized way so that you can get predictable results in your business. So what is relationship marketing? It's kind of a buzzword these days. You hear it everywhere, but I'm going to give you my quick definition of it. And that's this. It's actually a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system, okay? And a lead generation system is a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business, which is what we want to do, right? We want to connect with people so we can generate interest in our business. Now, one thing I want to also mention about this is we're talking about lead generation. Some of you guys think Teamzy is going to be like a cool tracking app for your business, and it will track for your business, but I want you to know it's a lead generation system. It's designed not just to keep track of what you're doing, but to actually drive you to create new business consistently for yourself. Okay, so one little mindset shift I want you guys to have at the beginning of the call is this, you are not in the business of marketing skincare products. You're in the lead generation business. This is your business. Whether you have 30 minutes a day or whether you have all day to work on your business, no matter how busy you are in your day, if you're not doing the activities that lead to lead generation, you didn't work on your business today. You guys call them IPAs, right? I love that because I'm a beer lover. So every time I saw IPA, I was like, well, I don't know what this business model is, but they're doing a lot of IPAs. This is great. Sorry, I've been having that joke with Romy about her book. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about my next principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. We're kind of flipping the model, the traditional sales model, the traditional direct selling model on its head. Now, for a lot of you guys, you were like, well, yeah, of course. But it seems to kind of fly in the face of what we're taught. The relationships are the most important thing. So we generate leads so that we can develop and deepen relationships. Seriously, guys, if that's all we do, if that's our main focus, your business is going to be successful. Then what we want to do with those relationships over time is we want to turn them into advocates. We turn them into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. I'll show you guys how to do that as we go. But the best thing about an advocate is somebody who is out actively bringing people to your business. You guys know what an advocate is because you are advocates for multiple brands and businesses that don't incentivize you in any way. You just love what they do, and so you're their advocate, right? That's the way we're wired. So here's another important principle. I know I'm going through this stuff really quickly, but I think you guys will get it quick. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. What's kind of amazing is, especially in network marketing, people are so not trusting. Have you guys noticed that? They're so skeptical and guarded and protective, which is why this system is so much fun, because trust is what makes it fun. When people trust you, even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them, you don't have to sell them, you get right to the helping them part, okay? And again, it doesn't mean they trust you to the point where they say, take my kids for the weekend. It just means that they're starting to have some trust for you. Does that make sense? Okay. Parents know that one. Okay. Trust takes away that icky salesperson feeling from the relationship. How many of you guys are super nervous about being considered an icky salesperson? I know that's one of my issues. I'm probably more sensitive to it than other people, but a little bit of trust and there's no icky salesperson situation happening. And you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Okay, so no offense to the amazing trainers in this industry who have written amazing books and helped people get successful, but I just have to tell you my opinion on the whole go for no philosophy. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? The go for no philosophy? The concept that if you just want to be reaching out to as many people as you can and just go for the rejections, get them out of the way because it's getting you towards a yes. Now there's some truth to that, but I have to tell you the first time I was asked to do it, I had that icky feeling. I didn't want to do that. And as I really thought about it, I realized what it was. See, to me, that feels like you're burning down all the bridges with the relationships in your life, right? And this is where this statement that you hear so much, you guys have probably heard it on your teams. I've gone through my warm market already. Now what do I do? Have you guys ever heard someone say that? Okay, so that's probably that is the biggest BS statement of all time. So I want you guys to call people out on your teams when they say that, because you can never go through your warm market. All you can do with your warm market is to continue to make it warmer. When you're building trust, when you're working on the relationship, what happens is instead of burning bridges, you're constantly building bridges. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the make someone's day mindset, but if your mindset is to make someone's day, not to recruit for your business, you'll be building bridges all day long. Those people will get warmer and you'll be amazed how many people become advocates for your business. So we're going to go for yes. How to build trust. There's one other statement in this business that is the ultimate BS statement that I'll get to in a little bit. So you guys can train your team that way at the very beginning, and then you call them on. This is a coaching technique, business coaching technique, is on the very first consultation, you tell people, these are the BS things you're going to say. I will never say that, and I'll call you on it when you do. It's so great because then you can call them right on it and be like, remember we talked about this? You're doing it. Okay, how to build trust. There are 4 essential ingredients to building trust. The reason I keep looking to the side, you guys, is because your faces are on the right-hand side of my screen. So I feel like I'm looking in your eye, so you have to look at my cheek. I'm sorry. 4 essential ingredients to building trust. The first is chemistry. Chemistry, I'll go through them quickly and then I'll break them down for you. The second is character. Then competence, and finally consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. Okay, let's talk about these. First one is chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? This is probably the easiest for you guys, right? Finding common ground. We all have skin. That's great. Okay, but seriously, I know that you guys are probably have some sort of attraction marketing plan in place, right? You're pitching to a niche. You found people like you and they're attracted to you and you're bringing them into your business. But it's so important to not lose sight of everyone else, because every person that's like you, that has things in common with you, that's easy, that comes to you, has hundreds of people they know. So you have to be willing and ready to find chemistry. What is the common ground that you have with this person? Even somebody who you feel like you're not going to get along with at all, you will have common ground with. You just need to ask questions and focus on making their day, helping them, and you'll find the chemistry. How many of you guys tell your kids God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason? We got to remember that ourselves. Okay, the second one is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. They're both important. Now, one thing I want you to notice about character is this. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. If this is an action, it's like love. Love's not something you feel, it's something you do. That's a whole nother talk. We'll save that for another day. That'll be on our marriage talk, right? Characters, when you demonstrate how much you care and you're relatable. If you're like me and you get offended when somebody questions your integrity, you have to step back and go, obviously I've not demonstrated my care for this person. They don't know my character. Does that make sense? Okay. So here's the lens I want you to think about. When you're posting, let's say on social media, are you demonstrating how much you care? So every time you post, everything you post should be demonstrating these two things. Are you relatable? Are you caring for your audience? Or is this post about you? Does that make sense? Okay. The third is competence. Competence. This is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Again, it's something you do, not something you just own. Okay. This is important. You want people to join your business. They need to know that you can mentor them in this business. They need to see your competence. Now, here's the thing. You guys have heard the whole fake it till you make it thing. Here's the thing you need to know. There's no faking it with trust building. You can't fake it. You got to be you. If you're new, if you're brand new, and I know some people will be watching this recording that will be brand new, you just need to lean on the competence of your team. You need to lean on the experience of your upline, the people that you know in this business that are going to help you. Don't pretend you know it all or you're an expert when you haven't made a penny yet in the business. Lean on your team, but you still need to demonstrate that that competence is supporting you and your business. Does that make sense? Again, these two things, character and competence, guys. I'm going to go on these little tangents. I can't help it. I call them passion tangents. But I know you guys are really active on social media, right? And you should be. I mean, you got to be. Social media is like the greatest gift that has ever been given to our generation for building business. But every time you post, you need to be demonstrating character and competence, character and competence. But remember, competence is not as important as character. If it's all competence, if it's all about the business, then people will be turned off. So I always say 3 to 1, 3 times as much character as competence. So if you want to post about your business, a product, a sale, a special, a promotion, you need to post 3 times more on character. Make sense? So you take a look at your feeds and you may need to do an adjustment on that. Here's an important principle. People only care about 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? These 3 things, these are the core concerns that people have. If you ever come across objections, any objection, they stem from these 3 questions. Okay. So does that mean when you get an objection, you go, what do you mean? You don't trust me? No, of course not. This is just for you to know that you have work on this relationship. You need to invest more. You need to serve more and give more to that relationship to build it up. You still need to be a pro and know how to overcome an objection. But just remember that overcoming an objection may make a sale, but it might not make a lifetime customer or a lifetime teammate. You still need to invest in that relationship. Make sense? Okay. Consistency. 4th one, consistency. Gets its own screen. It's so important. This part, I have a kind of a bittersweet thing with this slide because wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to be consistent? I mean, it's so hard to be consistent. It's so hard to be consistent, but nothing happens without it. It's the most important thing. It's the most important thing. Here's an important principle for you guys. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. One of my first mentors was a guy named Tony Schwartz. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. He wrote a great book. He worked with athletes and stuff, but he talked about creating, this is a random thing I've never talked about on this slide, but it just came to me. He talked about creating rituals. You know, like one of the things that all of you probably do consistently is brush your teeth every day. You do it exactly the same way, probably at the same time, right? And you don't even think about it. Things just start moving. That's an example of a ritual that you've put in your life that improves the quality of your life. Everything that we do well comes from creating a consistent ritual. And people are hardwired for this. They're hardwired for this. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. How many of you guys have been told that you're inspiring, or that people are inspired by you and what you do? That's because they see you being consistent, and they respect it and desire it for themselves. It's very attractive. But you also need to understand that consistency, the desire to be consistent, is one of the primary motivating factors of all people. In fact, this is a great book I'm going to recommend to you guys right here. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. There's a whole chapter in here on the desire to be consistent. Here, I'll put it on the screen for you. I highly recommend that for your personal development. It's amazing. Consistency is only one chapter. There's 6 laws of social influence. You guys are building relationships. That's what it's all about. It's about leadership is influence, right? Leadership is influence. That's what it is. People need to be consistent. When we were kids, they warned us about peer pressure. Remember that? That was negative, being consistent in a negative way. We still do that stuff, by the way. It still drives us every single day. Have you guys noticed that? How hard is it to break out of the routines we've built, positive and negative? It's huge. It's huge. But you got to understand, when it comes to building your business and attracting people to you and building trust with them, the thing they're going to respect the most and desire, they're going to respect you for it, trust you for it, and desire it, want to join you, is your consistency. It's your consistency. So are you guys consistent? Are you guys consistent in the things that you do? Are you consistently posting on social media? Are you consistently doing all of the income producing activities that you should be doing for this business? Here's the question I want to ask you guys. As Zig Ziglar would say, the checkup from the neck up. Are you consistent with your relationships? Are you consistent with your relationships? I mean, like the people you already know. Are you as consistent about staying in touch with people as you are with posting on social media, for example? And it's okay if you're not right now, as we're talking about it. This is designed to kind of wake you up to the fact that you're probably sitting on gold that you don't realize. You're out looking for gold every day when you're sitting on some. Here's an important principle I want you guys to know, is that people won't believe you till they see you. Have you ever heard that? I'll believe it when I see it? I almost said it the way I usually say it, which is I'll see it when I believe it. People won't believe you till they see you. What do I mean by this? I mean, you've created this social life, you know, like the mom boss, the business, like this is amazing. You know, I love in the summertime, you know, like the feet at this pool or in the sand with the laptop on their laps. Like, this is me having a business meeting. This is the life, right? And it looks so great. People do want to join you, but then they think, but she doesn't mean me because I haven't heard from her since high school. But that's neat what she's doing. Does that make sense? We need to be consistently reaching out to people. Be present for them when they're ready to join us. Okay, so just keep in mind, relationship building is a contact sport. What that means is that you have to be in contact with somebody. You have to actually spend time with people if you want a relationship with them. You need to be in regular contact with people. I would even say that you should be in regular contact with everybody you've ever met and are currently meeting. Wouldn't that be cool? But I know your time is scarce. Here's your principle. This is an important principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, so hold on a second. I just want to stop the share and give you guys an example of this really quick. So that didn't work. All right, so here's how this works. How many of you guys ever received a card from somebody, like a nice card, like a great personal note, handwritten sentiment in it? Okay, so when you got that card and it was had this really beautiful note in it, Did you throw it in the trash can? No, it's so hard to throw those away, right? We keep them. You have like a shoebox full of them somewhere, a drawer, special place where you keep all of the cards. And then you have neat freak people in the relationship like me that are like, do we really need these cards from 19 whatever, 86? Yeah, they're special. We have to keep them. But then you get other cards. You know, you get a postcard from the dentist wishing you a happy birthday. Does that go into this special place? Or is that going to a different place, right? So the reason why you keep those cards, the reason why they mean so much when you read them is because somebody invested that time, their most precious thing, in you. That time that they took to write that note in that card was undivided attention. How many of you guys give anything undivided attention? I mean, as riveting as I am, I'm sure I'm not getting undivided attention right now, right? We don't do it for anything. That's why it's so valuable. When you give somebody a little bit of time, it means so much and it deepens the relationship. So the cool thing about a written note, and by the way, that should be part of your marketing. I just got this box at Marshall's. Look at this, 50 note cards, $5.99. Sweet. You guys should be getting these and putting them in your business, handwriting notes. They have a lingering impact. People save them forever. They save them forever. When I left my corporate job after 15 years, the note that I wrote thanking them for the original interview was still on display in the HR person's office. And I'm not like some masterful note writer. You just, you know, speak from the heart. Okay, but my point is you got to be in contact with people. You have to give them some one-on-one attention if you want to deepen that relationship, if you want to build trust. Come on, let's face it, if you want to have some fun in this business. Now, do you have to handwrite notes for everything? No, I'm going to show you guys how to use Facebook Messenger, text messages, things like that. But it comes down to reaching out to people, okay? All right, so let me jump back in here real quick, and then we'll get into Teamzy. Connecting with people, investing time connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, so this is what you need. You need a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. Actually, all of them, everyone. Some of you guys have 5,000 people. That's cool. A system like Teamzy will help you do it. You need a system to do it. Know when to contact them, though. You have to have a plan. How do you attack a huge list like that? You got to have a plan. You need to know what to say without spending too much time thinking about it, right? If you're going to connect with 20 people in 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to do that. You can't spend 5 minutes trying to decide what to say to each person. And then make sure that people aren't falling through the cracks. Make sure that people aren't falling through the cracks. How many of you guys have talked to somebody, they weren't ready, and then you find out 3 months later they signed up with someone else? Oh, it's painful, right? Guess what? You planted the seed. You weren't there at harvest time. They fell through the cracks. You got to be there at harvest time, guys. I'm going to show you how to do that with Teamzy. Okay, let's jump out of here. Hold on a second. Let's jump over to Teamzy, actually. A couple of you guys are on the phone, and I'm so sorry you can't actually see my screens, but you're just going to have to go with the narration and watch the video later. Okay, so here's my Teamzy account. You guys see that? Do you see it? Wait, no, I shared my whole screen. Hold on, that's going to be annoying. Let me do this again. I just want to do this one. How's that? Good? Okay. All right, so I just started this account. It's brand new, fresh, just like yours will be. Now, one thing I want to talk to you guys about really quick is that you get a 30-day free trial with Teamzy. Okay, 30 days free because we know you're going to absolutely fall in love with it and want to keep it. But however, I want you guys to know, okay, so go to teamzy.com, teamzy.com to start your free trial. Now, for everybody watching this video today, Friday, December 16th, this is for you. If you're watching this video after today, Friday, December 16th, I'm sorry, you missed what I'm going to talk about right now. But today is the last day of our beta test. You can see this little message on the screen, which means if you guys start a subscription today as a beta tester, even though you're kind of cheating the system, it's the last day, but still, as a beta tester, you can get the founding discount, founder's rate for life of $19.95 a month. It's regularly $29.99 a month. Okay, we don't discount Teamzy ever outside of this. So if you guys start a subscription today, you can lock in the founder's rate. You still won't be billed for 30 days because you get your 30-day free trial no matter what, but you've locked it in. So definitely, I highly recommend you guys, if you like my presentation at all, you should go get a free trial. today, start it, and set up a paid subscription to start billing you 30 days from now so you can lock in the discount, okay? If for some weird reason you don't like it, you can always cancel that, but definitely lock it in and let your teammates know they need to do it today or they're just gonna pay a little bit more. Now, the value is unbelievably there, $29.99. I mean, you guys, this is gonna make you way better money than that. And it's a business write-off, but still, I want you guys to get the best rate. Okay, so let me show you what happens. You get in here and you start a free trial, and you're gonna be in the setup wizard. I'm gonna launch it right here. And this just makes it really easy for you guys to, hold on, coffee break. For you guys to set this up. Okay, you're gonna set an income goal, you're gonna create a powerful why, and you're gonna get your contacts in there. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna set an income goal. Okay, and this is a target for 12 months from now. How much do you want to be making 12 months from now? And just put a number in there. I'm going to put it in 150,000. Okay, now this is not an income promise. It's just a goal. It's a target. Teamzy is going to estimate the kind of activity you need to do to hit a goal like that. Now, some of you guys are already making 6 figures or more in your business, which is great. So I want you to set a number for the new business you're going to create this year. Okay. The new business you're going to create this year. All right. Then we go to the next page. So now it's taken that number and it's broken it down and it's recommending that I connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months in order to get to that number. Okay. How many of you guys know 4,348 people? 2,000? 1,000? Cool. It's all good. First of all, it kind of cheats because I'm going to talk to people a few times a year. But also, you know, we're going to be meeting people every day too. All right, so let's go to the next page. If you have a big number, if you have an elephant that you have to eat, how do you do it? If you guys know how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? Yes, you know, it's okay, good. So we're going to break this down. There's 3 groups. We've got prospects, customers, and consultants. And then we're going to break it down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. So now I take that huge number, 4,348, and now it's down to, okay, I got to connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers that I already have, 4 consultants on my team. I want to invite 3 people to the business opportunity every day, and I want to add 3 new people to my list every day. Now, that's still a good amount of work, but it's very doable. It's very doable, right? Now, what's cool about this is you notice that we're connecting with, in this situation, 19 people, but we're only inviting 3 people to the business opportunity. And that's because I want to explain to you guys the difference between a connect and an invite and a follow-up as we go through this presentation. Your first goal as you are connecting with people is just to make their day. You want to get in the make someone's day mindset. Your goal is not to make a sale or to recruit somebody. Yes, you do want to measure their motivation. We call it measure the mo. We want to measure their motivation as far as their interest right now, but your goal is just to make their day. And when you set out to make people's day consistently every day, you're going to create plenty of opportunities to invite them to the business. Does that make sense? But our first goal is just to make their day, just to invest in the relationship, just to keep those relationships warm and warm them up more. Okay, so let's keep going. Oh, by the way, let me go back. Anything you want to change, you can. You just change it, okay? You can change these suggestions to any numbers you want. And then when you click continue, your dashboard will be configured to those numbers. Got it? And you can come back and edit those anytime and change them. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is find our why. Find our why. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is, I told you I had one other major BS thing I have to tell you guys about. This is going to be that section. I want you guys to know, and some of you guys, how many of you guys have been in this business a year already, at least? Okay. 50% of everybody that starts in this business quits within a year, right? Now think back on your teams. You've been doing this a while. That might be pretty close. You might be doing better because of the culture you built. The reason why people quit, I'm going to give you guys a really surprising piece of information right now, is because life is hard. Life's hard. This business, it can be hard. In the sense that being consistent is hard, but usually it's not the business that makes people quit, it's their life. Something happens. They're going through something, a divorce, a death in the family, a sickness, whatever, new babies. Life gets in the way and it's hard. Here's the thing I want you guys to know. We are all quitters. Every one of us is designed that way. We quit constantly in our life. The only times that we persist and succeed is when we know why it's important to us to do so. Why power is where it's at. Willpower is a myth. Why power is what you need. You need to know why you are in this business. And you need to know why before the challenges hit. Because when those quitting points appear in your life, if you don't know why persisting through them matters, you're defenseless and you will quit. That's why we built the My Why statement work right into the Teamzy dashboard setup, because we know that we know most people don't take a minute to really think about it. And if you take 5-10 minutes to think about your why, you are going to be protected. You're going to have your armor on for this business. Does that make sense? And it's going to help drive you to do your 20-30 minute power hour every day. Does that make sense? All right, so let me get back in here and show you this works. So what you do is, it's kind of like a journaling exercise. We just want you to go through and answer these questions and just get your mind going. It's just for you. Nobody's going to read this stuff. Why did you become a consultant? Why? You know, why'd you do it? Now, I'll just tell you my story, how I got into network marketing. I started as a Beachbody coach, and some of you guys know that story. I became a Beachbody coach because I had done P90X and lost weight. People were asking me about it. Some of you guys, maybe the products got you great results. People were asking you why you look so great. That's why I became a consultant. I did not have great grand plans to rule the world yet. What did you hope to accomplish? I remember at the time asking my sponsor, do you think I can make $500 a month extra money? He said, yeah, I think you could do that. So great. That's what I hope to accomplish, make some extra money. Why is that important to you? At the time, I hadn't saved any money in about 10 years because we'd gone through the recession. I was in the real estate industry. I'd actually been laid off from my job, recaptured my job. And it was just like, we were just like holding steady by the skin of our fingertips. Like we were at the point where we actually we had savings that every January from our tax return that we would dip into each month. And then by December, it would be all gone and we get another tax return and it would replenish. And we were just barely, anyone relate to that? That was like our life. So $500 a month would have actually made quite a difference in our life. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? And this is where I started thinking, you know, I think I'd probably like to buy a new house. We just talked about this in the beginning, right? Kids sharing rooms, got the shed in the backyard. So I was like, yeah, maybe we could buy a new house if I saved enough money. So this is just my journey I'm explaining through for you guys, and you're going to do it your own way. It's going to be all you. I just want you to kind of have a feeling for it. How is that? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? When I got to this last question, I didn't understand it at first because I was like, what's the difference between this and the last question? But as I really pondered about this, the realization I came to is that buying a new home was just kind of symbolic. I didn't really care about a new house. What was wrong was my family life. It wasn't the house. It was the fact that I never saw my kids because I was always working. You know, my wife and I basically hung out for an hour a day, maybe. We were exhausted. And I wasn't healthy because I was constantly traveling. And I already told you that I was working all this hard to make somebody rich, and we weren't getting ahead. It was very frustrating. I realized I didn't need a house. I needed a new life. And through this process, by the way, I went from, I don't really care, $500 a month would be cool, to realizing I had an opportunity that was important that I could redesign my life with. And so hopefully you guys will go through a similar process. And so I came up with my why, which is the default example on your screen, which is to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my wife and children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This became my statement. You're going to write your own why statement. And when you save it in this last box, it will be on your dashboard. Every day when you do your power hour, you read that. And you go, I don't feel like connecting with 20 people today. Okay, I just can do it. Let me just power through it. Does that make sense? Now, one thing I want to share with you guys about this, my why, my personal story, is I wrote this and I really was doing it for you guys. I was like, okay, I got to come up with this so I can put it in the trainings. But when I wrote it, it transformed everything. At the time, I was still working full-time in the corporate career. I was trying to build my network marketing business. I was trying to build Teamzy at the same time. And this kind of hit me between the eyes. This is when I started building the Shoffice, which I'm standing in right now, broadcasting from. My wife was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm building an office." She goes, "It's a shed." I go, "I know, it's going to be an office. I saw it on Pinterest. It's very cool. It's very trendy." "Because I'm going to quit my job and build our business." She goes, "You're going to quit your job?" I go, "Yeah." She's like, "When are you going to do that?" I said, "I don't know." By the way, I want you guys to know, I left my job within 3 months of laying the foundation for this shed. Writing this why changed everything for me. Now, here's another thing, just another personal thing I want to share with you guys. I was actually, because I still do real estate consulting, I was actually consulting with a top team in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, and I was doing my wife exercise for their team. And I realized that I need to redo this myself, because guess what, guys? This is my situation. This isn't a goal anymore. This is my life. How cool is that? 1 year later, I don't worry about money anymore. I'm with my family every single day, which is so cool. I can talk to you guys about this business in my shed, and as soon as I'm done, I'm going to be back inside having breakfast with my kids. So cool. All right. Anyways, that's all I'm saying. You may need to come through this process and do your why a few times over time. Okay, you may need to look at this and make it deeper and make it more meaningful as you go. One last thing about this I want you guys to know is some of you are more designed to avoid pain than to go for, like, you know, exciting stuff. If you're like that, you need to build out your dark why. Like, what happens if you fail? What are the consequences for not being successful? What will your life look like if you quit? Does that make sense? That can be a powerful motivator too, and you may want to put that in your why. You may want to say, this is why, and this is why I can't stop, because this will happen. Okay. Now we're going to go to the next step. When I hit continue, that saves my why to the dashboard. Now we're going to import our contacts. Okay, so you're going to get your contacts from Pulse. You want to get your personally sponsored consultants and your auto ship customers imported. Okay, now one quick thing about this I want you guys to know is that Pulse does not give you like a nice clean export. Like, you can't just say, I only want my personally sponsored people. So when you get that spreadsheet, the easiest thing to do is sort by, there's a column called sponsor name, I think. Okay, that's you. You're going to sort by that column, and you're going to just delete all the records of everyone that's not personally sponsored by you, and then just import your team. Does that make sense? It's not as big deal if you're newer, but if you've got a big team, hundreds of people, or thousands of people, or tens of thousands of people, you definitely will want to do that so that it's more manageable. Same thing with your customers, so that you don't mix your consultants up with them. Just go through that spreadsheet and edit those, and then save it as a CSV and import it. Okay, so I've just saved you guys some trouble. Just do it that way, trust me. Okay. Once you get them in, then you're going to get your Facebook contacts in, which is so cool because you get all your Facebook friends in, and you're not going through messages trying to figure out who you talk to. You actually have a system for connecting with people. It's so awesome. And I'll show you guys how to do it, actually, because this is a new account I'm demonstrating from, and I need to actually put those contacts in. And then anywhere else you have contacts, your phone, another CRM, anywhere, you can get those in as a CSV. Okay. So let's continue, and I'll actually do the upload of my Facebook friends because I just downloaded that archive. So this is our import page. We're going to choose file. Okay, where is it? Downloads. Where did I put that? And Eric has lost his Facebook contacts. Hold on a second. It's right there in my downloads. Drop it on the desktop. Maybe I didn't unzip it yet. Oh, there it is. Someone needs to give me a class on how to use my computer. there it is. It's down here. It doesn't have a date. That's why. There it is. There's my Facebook file. Okay. So you're going to go into your HTML. There's a video that shows you how to do this. Here's my Facebook friends list from Facebook. Okay, so now it's importing my file. You can see how quickly that went. I'm going to toggle this advanced import option so I can tag them. I always like to tag people where they came from. So if they were like my LinkedIn list, I would tag them LinkedIn. If they were from Instagram, I would tag them Instagram. That way I know how to connect with them. Okay. Now watch how fast this is. You can see I've got 1,731 people there. It's going to take like 5 or 6 seconds to get them created. If you guys have ever used another CRM, this is the thing that used to drive me mad. So I had the guys make sure it was super fast. Good. So those are already in. So now we got one last step to set up. It's called ranking. We're going to rank our contacts. This is super important, you guys, because you have to understand for relationship marketing to work, you have to spend the most time with the best people. You can't spend the time with the needy people, the people who just want to hang out but never do anything in their business. You have to spend the most time with the best people. You have to prioritize your relationships so that you can prioritize your time. Does that make sense? And so, you know, like usually you hear like the squeaky wheel will get the oil. The squeaky wheel gets the leftover oil when you've invested your time in your best people. Does that make sense? So you've got to prioritize people first. Now, ranking people, we're going to rank them just like we do at Yelp and Netflix, whatever, Amazon. Ranking people gives Teamzy a way to create your daily list. You never have to plan your power hour ever. No planning. You just turn it on and go. Okay? So this is how it works. Let me tell you the ranks. 5 stars is somebody most likely to become a customer consultant or an existing customer consultant that's a rock star. Okay, they're going to show up on your list to connect, to make their day every 30 days. A 4-star person, this is somebody likely to become a customer or consultant with a little nurturing, right? Or there's somebody on your team that's a consistent performer. They're going to show up every 60 days. You're going to get a message just, hey, connect with this person, make their day. 3 stars, everybody starts as a 3-star because most people on your list will be 3-star. This is somebody who might become a customer or consultant at some point in the future. You don't know yet. Okay, they're going to show up on your dashboard. You're going to get a reminder to connect with them every 3 months. 2 stars are getting a little colder there every 4 months, and then 1 stars are the people you're just kind of keeping in the freezer. They're not coming. You're not really actively connecting with them too much. They're just there on your list. Okay. So then now it's going to take you to your list to actually do the ranking. So now what I recommend you do, like on this list, I've got 1,731 contacts. You guys may have more than that, and you may be overwhelmed by this. Just remember, everybody's already ranked a 3. So what you want to do now is just go through and find the 4s and 5s, right? And so you may see somebody and be like, oh, okay, that person's going to be a 4, right? Or this person's going to be a 5. And you're just going to go through and you're just going to click them, okay? So whatever. I clicked Kareen. And when you're done, you don't have to save or anything. Once you navigate away, it's all saved. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. Now we're all set up. We are all set up and ready to rock, okay? Let me show you how this works. A couple things real quick. If you need to look somebody up, you look them up here. If you need to add a new person to your list, you just click that and add them, okay? Here's my Y right there reminding me. You can change your rank right here as you rank up. Now here are our goals. Connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 consultants, invite 3, add people to my list, okay? You've got your dailies. Did you post on social? Do your PD? Did you use your, I actually did use, I used the eye cream this morning. You guys get me up at 6 a.m. I got to do something, right? Yeah. All right. Okay. So this is just being a product of the product, making sure you're out there, making sure that you are attracting people with your consistency. Now we're going to do our power hour. Here's how it works. We're going to connect with 4 lists, prospects, customers, consultants, and then our follow-ups. Okay. So first we're going to connect. Remember, connecting is getting in the make someone's day mindset. Your goal is to find a way to help them. First, you want to get them to smile and think, wow, that was a nice message. Next, as you have conversations, you want to find a way to help them. It may or may not be involved with your business. They may need a new pediatric dentist for their kids, and you may know a great one. They may have a personal tragedy and need prayer. I don't know. Find a way to help them. Find a way to make their day, and everything else is going to happen for you. So the first person on my list is Kareen, which is kind of funny. I did that as just randomly made her a 5. So what I would do is I would go to Facebook to message her. So I've got it open right here. I don't know if I spelled her name right. Does she have 2 N's? Yeah. So I would just send her a message. I don't know when I messaged her last. So great. So now I'm going to send her a message. Oh, let me go back to Teamzy. I want to show you guys something really cool. So I haven't talked to Karine in a while. I'm not sure what to say to her. I think I just quickly looked. It was like April. So here's what I'm going to do is see this little thing right here that says scripts. Check this out. You guys are going to love this. Remember I said I don't want you to overthink what you're going to say. So this is a Facebook message. And look, I've got a great connect. There's one. Or you could say, it's been a while since I checked in with you. How about that one? Great. I'm going to copy the script. Now I'm going to go back to Facebook and I'm just going to paste it in there. Change the name. Hi, Karine. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? Hope all's going great. Now, simple, great message, right? Upbeat, happy. We want to just have her go, oh, I'm doing great. How are you? Usually they'll say, I've been watching what you're doing on Facebook. It's so exciting. It's cool to hear that. Okay, so now I'm going to, look, I'm just going to log this in Teamzy so it's recorded and logged. Tracked, right? That was a Facebook message. Now watch what happens to Karine when I hit log connect. She's off my list. Next person on my list is Leslie. Okay? Now, what I would do is I would just use that same message probably for all 10 people on my prospects list. Bam. It's been a while since I checked in. How are you? Bam. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? Bam. Just paste, 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 and send 10 messages. It would take me 5 minutes. Are you with me? And when I'm done with this list, I'll move on to the next list. But one thing I want to show you, Leslie's a made-up person. I just want to demonstrate something to you guys. So this is set up to do Facebook message, email. You can actually, this is the login email. You can actually send an email through Teamzy right here if you set up your Gmail account, which I haven't done yet, but we'll do it right now. I'll show you. You can send a text, send a message through Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn. You can call them on the phone, send them a greeting card, meet with them in person or other. Okay, so don't, if your thing's not on the list, it's there. But let me show you how this works. It's pretty cool. Send email. You can't send a Facebook message or a text through Teams. You just use your phone for that, or use your email service. Or use Facebook for that, and just log it. But you can send email. So let me connect this to Gmail. You just got to make sure that you are logged into Gmail to do this. You can see I've got a bunch of Gmails. So now it's set up. So now check this out. I can send her an email. I can actually find email scripts and use them, right? And you can just send the email. Oh wait, it didn't connect. I thought it did. Let's see if I get this to work. It's probably because this isn't my my account. But that'll send them right away and it logs them, which is pretty cool. Okay, so once you get all your prospects done, this little circle will turn blue, okay? And then you move over to customers. So you're gonna start connecting with your customers. It's so important to talk to your customers, guys, because they are literally your gold mine. If you guys are wondering, you know, like, how am I gonna hit my goals this month? Where am I gonna find the new people to build my team with? I want you guys to know there's a lot of cool things you can do with social media and things like that. But there's no hotter source for a new lead than a current customer. Someone who's already using the products and enjoying them, getting results. There's no better lead. Think about it. We are so hardwired to tell everybody about anything good that's happening. Oh my God, I saw an awesome movie. Oh my God, I found a great restaurant. People are talking about the products already with people, especially if someone's enjoying them and getting results. They're already talking about them. So you need to be in touch with them. You need to be in touch with them. First of all, you need to be in touch with them, make sure they're using it right, that they're educated, that you're serving them, that they're continuing to use them, that they're looking to expand what they're using. But you need to be in touch with them so that you can capture the people in their life they're already talking to them about this stuff. Does that make sense? And so I don't have a lot of time to go into it, but here's the thing I will tell you. When you're talking to people and catching up with them that are customers, and they're having a great experience, just ask them, can you think of anybody else who might enjoy these products, or that, you know, can you think of anybody? Can you think of anybody? Don't say, keep me in mind or tell people about me. Ask them, can you think of anybody? And then if they do, which they will, You say, would you do me a favor and just quick introduce me to them? Whatever's easiest for you, like a group chat, a group text, group email. Just make the introduction. I'll get them some information. That's it. Now, guys, this is key. See, I said I wasn't going to go into this, but now I'm into it. This is key because when they introduce you to somebody, a couple things happen. First of all, you now have a new person to add to your Teamzy list. Yes. Okay? Because whether or not they're interested right now doesn't matter, because Teamzy is going to help you build that relationship over time. Right? But you've added them to your list. By the way, they already have trust. Trust sticks to people. They trust you already because you've been introduced by their friend. So you've already got some of your trust built. It's already a stronger lead than it. You with me? Now, here's the thing I want you guys to know. If you're having an event or you're having some sort of cool thing you're inviting these people to, and your friend, you know, Christy sends me 3 names and all 3 of them are interested, guess what? Christy, I know we talked about you being a consultant and right now you just wanted to be happy with the products, which is awesome, but all 3 of your friends are interested. So we can go 2 ways. We can bring you on the team as a consultant and you've already got 3 customers, or I can just send you a nice bottle of wine for the 3 customers you just gave me. I mean, how do you want to play it? Right? So this is a great way to recruit and a great way to upgrade customers to active consultants, or to upgrade people who are maybe consultants that are just discount customers into active consultants by saying, look how easy that was to build your team. Who else can you think of? Right? Are you with me? So connecting with customers is key. It's a key part of your business. That's why Teamzy has you do it every single day, not just prospects, but also customers. I haven't put anybody in there yet. I haven't done any pulse imports, but you're going to go through your customers the same way. And you've got all of the scripts for customers too. You've got some great scripts for customers. Let me give you guys an example. Well, I'm going to get rid of that script, that filter, and we'll put in customer. So you've got some great scripts in here that you can ask people for recommendations. Congratulations on getting great results, right? How are you enjoying the products? Again, just to make it so easy, you guys. You want to be able to crank through your power hour and connect with people. Then you're going to connect with your team. You're going to connect with your team. That's why it's called Teamzy. It's about building one-on-one relationships with them, having a Facebook page, having a group video email, video meeting is not the same as having a relationship. This is so important. As you guys get more successful and your teams get huge, it's so important to keep that personal touch. Remember, they quit at the rate of 50%. Most of them will leave because of a relationship vacuum. Okay, so make sure that you're connecting. So you do your prospects, your customers, your consultants. Now it's time to do follow-ups. Okay, so let's just go back to Corrine. Remember we sent Corrine a message and it was just like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm doing great. How are you? And you have a conversation, right? And this is where your training comes in, your form training. You're going to be having a conversation, finding ways to make her day, finding ways to help her. And at some point she says, you know, what are you up to? And you start talking about your business. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm really interested in learning more. Great. Great. Why don't I go ahead and invite you to, let's set up a 3-way call, for example. This is just an example. She's like, okay, I would love that. So let me look her up. I'm going to look her up now. Spell check is like the bane of my existence. There she is. Okay, I'm going to look her up. So that brings me to her record. So now I'm going to log in that we did an invite. And let's say it was on the phone. I got her on the phone, right? And then I'm going to log it. And then I've got some different types. I'm going to say this was a 3-way call. Are you guys with me? Okay, so now it's logged as an invite. But before I log this, I need to set the follow-up. I need to set the follow-up. This is the key. This is how she moves from a connect, hey girl, how's it going, to now I'm following up with you about my business. Now that you've been interested and I've invited you to something. So say, okay, great, the 3-way call is tomorrow and I'm going to follow up, or the 3-way call is this afternoon, I'll follow up tomorrow after the call and we'll go from there. Okay, great. So I'm going to set the follow-up for tomorrow. You guys with me? All right, so let's log that. Now, tomorrow when I'm doing my power hour, I do my prospects, my customers, my consultants, just reaching out, creating conversations. When I get to my follow-ups list, there's Corrine, right? She's moved off my hello list. Now she's on my follow-ups list. Now I'm going to follow up like a pro. Now, let me just give you guys one quick stat. I know I've been talking a while. This is the good stuff, though. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times? Most people don't. Why not? Do you feel like you're a pest? Are you nagging people? Yeah, you feel that way sometimes. Okay, here's the thing I want you guys to know. When you're following up on somebody 10 times who's not interested, you are a pest. When somebody's interested, when they've expressed interest and asked for help, that's different. You need to understand that when somebody has asked for your help, following up is an act of love. It's an important principle. Following up is an act of love. You're loving them by following up, because change is hard. Whether they're changing their routines, whether they're actually trying to change their life by building a business, it's hard because we're hardwired to stay in our status quo. Following up is an act of love. Not following up communicates this: I just simply don't care enough about you to follow up on this. So you guys need to put that on a sticky note, stick it on your computer screen, whatever, because inside your gut, you're like, I'm uncomfortable following up because I feel like I'm bugging people. And you got to understand, no, I need to follow up because I love this person and I care about helping them. Now, once you make that mindset shift, your follow-ups are never annoying. Now I'm going to show you guys some of my follow-up scripts right now that are designed to kind of impart that feeling, right? So that you can follow up like a pro. Following up like a pro doesn't mean like it means that you are just consistently loving on people. So let me show you how to do this. So now I get to my follow-ups. There's Kareen, and I need to send her a message, just a little follow-up message, see how she's doing. So I'm going to actually go to my scripts because I put 10 follow-ups in here for you guys. You can edit them a little bit, but they're in here, so you don't have to overthink this. I'm going to send her a message, and my first follow-up is going to be right here. Boom, here it is. Change the name. Hi, Kareen, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? This is like, I call this my solid gold follow-up. It's so short, it's so easy, and it imparts everything I want. I promised I'd follow up, and I'm doing it, so you can trust me. It was a promise, which means I care about you, and then it's about you. Do you have any questions? Okay, so I'm going to copy that script, and I'll send it to her. All right. Just pretend I sent it on Facebook, and I changed the name. Set the next follow-up. Always set the next follow-up. Follow up again the next day. The next day, I do all my connects. I get back to my follow-ups list. There she is. I'm going to follow up again. I'll probably use follow-up number 2. Okay? And I'm going to just I'll probably go 5 days in a row, every day sending her a little message. It's not because I want to pester her. It's because I want to stay top of mind. I want her to reconnect to the hope she had when she talked to me about the opportunity every time she sees my message. I want her to know that I'm here for her, that I care about her, but also I'm not pressuring her. I'm not asking her to do something on those follow-ups. I'm not saying, please sign up now. Please purchase your kit. Please call me. I'm just sending her gentle reminders every day. Now, maybe after 5 days, I might back my follows up to a couple days in between, but I'm going to stay on it. Here's what I want you guys to know. I don't expect her to respond till 6 or 7. I don't even expect her to respond with a hello or I'm thinking about it. Most people don't. Most people don't. People who do are highly motivated people. Most people won't even, you guys ever get that? Like they just go dark? I think the term I've heard people use is they ghost. Like I'm super interested and then they ghost. Expect that. That's the way people are wired. That's the way people are wired. You have to help them get through all of the excuses they're making in their mind, which are being driven by their subconscious desire to stay in their status quo. So if you go into this going, okay, now I know it's going to take me 8 follow-ups before I get a response from her. I've got the follow-ups ready. They're written. They're in my scripts. I just need to send them out. I need to spend literally 2.3 seconds a day of mind share on this person instead of worrying about it and keep cranking through my list and people are going to convert. Life's pretty awesome, right? Now, what happens if Kareen goes through my 10 follow-ups and she never responds or she tells me she's not that interested? Then this is what I do. Check this out, you guys. So easy. I'm just going to go in and I'm going to set it to default so that she comes off my follow-up list and she goes back into my regular Teamzy list. She's just going to show up 3 months later. And I'm going to say, hey, girl, how's life going? What are you up to? she won't fall through the cracks. I will be present at harvest time when she is ready. Sometimes you plant the seed and they're not ready. She will be ready eventually, and I will be there at harvest time. Does that make sense? But now let's just say she says, she signs up, she comes on as a consultant, she buys her kit, she's ready to build her business. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to complete the circle. I'm going to look her up, right? I'm going to put in a sale. I'm going to say that she got her enrollment kit, right? I'm going to save that so that I've logged that sale. Now I'm going to move her from prospect to consultant. Now she's on my team, personally sponsored. Bam! I've completed the cycle and I've moved her now. Okay? Now she's on my team list. Now she's going to come up over here for me to say, hey girl, how are you doing? How's your day going? Does that make sense? That's how the whole cycle is completed in Teamzy. Okay, I know I talked for a long time. I'm almost out of coffee. Do you guys have questions for me? Make sure you unmute yourself if you have a question.
This has been so great.
Oh, good.
I like have my Teamzy going over here and watching you at the same time.
Sending messages.
Can anybody hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. The question I have is when you get new Facebook friends and stuff, do you have to then go into Teamzy and add them each time, or like re-update your contact list? How does that work?
The best thing to do is to be adding people every day. That's the best thing to do. And
well, like if I add someone on Facebook, so like I make a new friend on Facebook, do I then need to go into Teamzy and add them somehow in Teamzy?
Yeah, you should go. You should have so you have it on your phone. There's a mobile website if you're out and about, and you just toggle over to Teamzy, add them quickly to your Teamzy list, set your follow-up with them so that you can quickly connect with them. And then now they're on your Teamzy list, they'll never fall through the cracks. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
So if you get behind, and let's say it's a week has gone by and you've added 25 people to Facebook, you can do a couple of things. You can go into your recently added friends on Facebook and just add them one by one to Teamzy, or you can go through the process of doing a complete Facebook download again and import the whole list. It'll only add the new people. It won't add the people that have already been there in the past. Okay. But the problem with that, it's not a problem, but when you do that, those names just go into your flow. So you may not see those people for a couple of months. I like to add them personally one-on-one so that I can go, because a lot of times I'll get a friend request at a time that's not convenient for me to have a conversation with them, even messaging. So I'll add them to Teamzy and I'll set a follow-up for tomorrow. So they're on my follow-ups list tomorrow. And then when I go through my follow-ups list, I send them that initial message. I just don't set a follow-up to that. I just let them flow. If they respond to me, then we continue having a conversation. If they don't, they're going to come up in a couple of months and that's fine. But again, the cool thing about this is that as you work your list, you don't sit around wondering or waiting or worrying about people's responses. Every time you send somebody a message, if the message is crafted in a way that it's designed to just be friendly and fun and make their day, even if they don't respond, you are top of mind for them that day. They're probably looking at your Facebook page. They're probably more in tune to what you're doing on social media. And the next time you connect with them, they're more likely to have a conversation with you. Does that make sense? So everything you do is creating a positive response with people, if that makes sense. And you'll see some people that will start liking your posts on social and they still haven't responded to your message, which is totally cool. You're just going to keep messaging. I've even had people who are over 9 months, I messaged 3 times with no response, like every 3 months. And then I got a message that said, here's my cell phone number. I'd like to talk about coming onto your team. It's like, hi, great. Don't even have to find out how your kids are doing. Let's just go, right? It happens. I'm not saying that's going to happen all the time, but because we're so present socially, even when we're not, does that make sense? All right, so your action step, how many of you guys already have free trial going? Okay, if you don't have one, you need to go to teamzy.com right now and start a free trial. If you liked at all what I presented to you today, start a subscription. You won't get billed for 30 days, but you're gonna lock in that discount today. You're gonna lock in that discount today. I want you guys to get that. Now, I think it's an awesome value at $29.99 a month. It's still priced way below any comparable CRM for other industries. You know, but why not get it cheaper? Why not get it cheaper? I'd rather have you for life anyways. And tell your teams about it today, because today is the last day for that discount. That makes sense. Yeah.
I have someone on here that's talking at the same time. She's on. She just can't figure out how to ask. So do you ever do other trainings, like as this program develops? I know you're very new, so as your program develops, do you think you would be willing to do like a different training on specifics? You know, like maybe as your program changes, we may need more information or something.
Yeah, we do webinars every 2 weeks.
Okay.
So we do webinars every 2 weeks where, you know, we're going to do like an onboarding webinar because we're getting new people all the time, which is the basics. And then we'll do deeper ones. So absolutely, we'll be doing more. Some will be more like tips and tricks on how to use the program. But sometimes they'll just be deeper trainings because my partners and I, we're all business coaches. So we all, you know, we can go deep into time management. We can go deep into budgeting and financial planning. We can go deep into, like we did a little bit of relationship marketing today. We can go deep in how to convert current customers to new leads. We can go deep into just all kinds of stuff like that. So that's something that we bring to the table that probably other, you know, nerdy programmer types that build this stuff don't have, which makes it exciting for us. And we love to teach and train people. So you will see more of those trainings too popping up. Also, when you guys go into the FAQs, you hit the university page on the left side of Teamzy, and you can go into the Rodan+Fields FAQs. You'll find some trainings in there already, but there will be more as we go, for sure. Especially as we get to know you guys and really uncover your needs and where the gaps are. And as I learn what training you guys are consistently getting already from Rodan+Fields that you don't need, where there may be gaps. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So I know like different networks are really good at, some have really great training on how to write goals, some don't. Some have really great training on how to form people and others don't. So we've got to figure out where the gaps are, and we'll try to fill some of those gaps. The cool thing is all that stuff applies to Teamzy, but if you guys went in every day for 30 minutes, turned on your Teamzy, either on your phone or on your computer for 30 minutes and reached out to 15 or 20 people every single day, you're going to find the response rate to personally messaging people is about 50%. Not when you're sending them a cold invite like, hey, if I told you about a business opportunity today, would you run as fast as you can? Yes, you would. Just like, hey girl, how's your life been? It's been a while since we've connected. What are you up to? You'll be amazed at the response of the conversations. It's going to feel great. And then people who aren't interested are still going to be sending people to your business, which is great. Does that make sense?
Question. I know Sherry's loving this program, and you mentioned Romy. Is she using you?
Okay, so Romy, her perspective, you know, she's like the attorney.
Totally.
So she came in and had some suggestions to some of our terms and conditions that she wanted to see. So we've actually I got like a free legal consult with her. And so we actually changed a few of our terms and conditions wordings, and we created some more pages on our website to outline our security and things, just so that there would be no objections from corporate or from other top leaders in Rodan+Fields. So she's been really helpful with that. So I know she's real excited about rolling it out to her team, but she wanted to make sure that all the protections were there and everything. They were there, they just weren't explicitly written out. And so we got turning up with her. And yeah, so I haven't met her in person yet. We've just talked like this, but she lives 10 miles from me.
Oh,
so at some point, I'm sure we'll cross paths. So anyway, yeah, I'm reading her book. It's pretty awesome. Have you guys read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, well, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. It's still early. I know it's really early for me. The sun's coming up now. But it's still early for you guys. You still have time to absolutely crush a power hour today. So get in there and do it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right.
Thank you.